Hello everyone, we are here with GYL today and we are about to go live with Diana and with Rowena from our GYL live training program. And we're just going to be talking a bit about Diana's experience and everything that happened during the program. And Rowena is going to share some highlights. I'm very excited. Hi, there's Rowena.
Hello.
We're just
Good
waiting on
morning, good
Diana.
afternoon, good evening to everyone. Great to be here for this live. Diana will be joining. All right. Hi, everyone watching. We're just about to start our live in conversation with Diana, one of our participants for our first live training programs. And she'll be talking about her experience in our program, what it is about, what you can get from it. And we'll just be having our conversation for you to get some information about what GYL is and what we do. All right, let's see. Hello, everyone who's watching. Gabriella. Gabriella's watching. There we go. Hi, Diana.
Hi everyone, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Really good, Sunday, so really excited, very happy and relaxed also because it's Sunday.
Yes, well, me too, and I'm happy to hear that. Just a little introduction for everyone who's joining in. Today, we are going to be talking together about your participation in our live training program. And we'll just be sharing some insights, a little bit about you for the participants and watchers to get to know you and talk about the program and really what other young people can get from this GYL experience. Now, to introduce myself, my name is Rowena and I am from the Netherlands and currently tuning in from the Caribbean. And I've been working with GYL for 4 years now. And I also facilitate part of the program. And today here I'm talking with Diana. Diana, do you want to introduce yourself to everyone who's watching?
Yeah, thank you very much. Well, firstly, thank you very much for this invitation. For me, it's a pleasure to be participating with you, like in different kind of programs. And well, about me, my name is Diana. I'm from Mexico. I'm 29 years old, almost there, but well, I can wait a few months more. So, a very happy Mexican, but I always say that I am from the world. So I don't like these kind of titles. I think my heart is from everywhere. And what else about me? Well, I think I have already said everything, right?
Yeah, what do you do? What's your work or what does your regular daily life look like?
Yeah, you're right. Well, I studied languages in the Faculty of Languages here in Mexico, but I have an MBA in Business Administration. And recently I work as an English teacher, and also I work for an NGO, an educational NGO, the Women Foundation Mexico. With them, I am the head of human resources and creativity. And well, now this week I will be working as an English teacher because previously I think when I was working, when I was taking the program with you, and I think this is something that I will talk about it later, I was working as an English teacher for kids, like in very basic grade. But now this week I will start working in university degree, so in university level. So that's something that is very exciting for me. It's a new job for me.
Great. And do you have any specific hobbies or things that you like to do in your free time when you're not working?
That's a great question. I think due to the pandemic, I have started like a lot of things in my life, like taking courses, being in conferences, panelists, and panels, many stuff. But like the basic things that I really love to do, like every single day, is cooking. And this is something that I really love and I really missed because previous pandemic, I used to have more free time. I don't know why. I think because now everything gets online, like I don't have to go to anywhere. So I think now I have more task. But cooking, it's one of my passions. I really, really love cooking. On the other hand, another thing that I really love is traveling. And I mean, who doesn't like traveling? Meeting people from other countries and cultures. I really love meeting cultures. Reading, the last year I joined a book club and I really love reading. Nowadays I am part of Toastmasters also, so I really love like in this kind of courses that I told you before, like being updated.
Yeah.
So, and what more? Well, being with my family, hanging out with my friends. I love watching movies. I think I can spend a night just watching movies. For me, it's the best. And well,
Yeah, we
going.
talked about that during our program too. I remember different
And
movie lists.
yeah, I prefer movies than series, definitely. I really have this feeling like I need to know what's at the end. So I don't have the patience for waiting to the end. But well, this is me.
So nice. Of course, we're having this conversation because we had the opportunity to meet for our life training program, which you joined last November. And that was the first program that we started with Global Young Leaders, the first program where you, for 5 weeks, could really dive into empowering yourself with life skills. And a lot about the program, there's a lot of cool things, and I can talk about that a little bit at the end. But just as a first step, how did you hear about Global Young Leaders and what interested you to join our program and this work?
Okay. Well, firstly, I think I was in SDG, the conferences that they were offering in that moment. So I was just a participant, and I was hearing. I attended the conference that Christian was giving in that moment. So for me, the topic of intuition was really exciting in that moment because I was facing some troubles in my personal and professional life, at the same time. Uh, Before that, before the SDG panels, I lost my job. So I was facing like different doubts, like what should I do? Where should I apply? Should I work by my own? So I was like very confused in many things. And like hearing voices from many people around you, like you should do this and maybe you shouldn't do this. And then you have this age, you are 20 something, you are almost there. And so a lot of things that it was around my head. And then Christian was mentioning some information very important about intuition that for me was relevant. So it caught my attention, like this is the place should I be. And then I just just asked him to have an interview or to have a meeting, like one-to-one together. We were talking, and then he inspired me. I remember that it was very motivational for me because he inspired me with his words, and then he was telling me like, I believe in you, don't worry about it. Many people are saying like maybe you're 20 something, you're almost there, and they don't know what you're looking for. They don't know what you're facing, like not just what they are saying, but also what they are facing and what you're facing in your work and a lot of stuff that you have in your head, right? Because even I was thinking about that like a few days ago, that in that moment in my plans during the 2021, I was thinking about buying some furniture for my house. So I was having different plans, and like my head was like in many troubles. And then hearing the people's comments like, you should do this. So then that's what he was saying, like, just go with the flow, take it easy. And I mean, at the end, they are just talking about their experiences. It's not like, it's not a must that you have to follow. So after that, I would like to share this little history about that interview. After that interview that we have, or that meeting that we have together, the director of the global education programs in UNESCO, that is in relation with China and China and United States, she contacted me because I also saw her conference in SDG. So I talked to her like, I would like to talk to you. I really like what you're saying because you were a teacher and you can understand many stuff, what I was facing in that moment. So then she said, oh, I see that you're from Mexico and I would like to invite you to be a panelist. So for me, it was like magical. And then I just texted Christian, this is what it's happening this. And it's what we were talking about together. So it was like everything was magic, like, oh my goodness, I cannot believe that this is happening right now. So then I followed Christian in LinkedIn, and then he started publishing about the program, and I decided to join it.
It's amazing to hear sometimes the steps before joining an experience. And right, everyone always has their own journey and their own choices and things they're maybe going through. Do you always think that like you need to have a challenge to do such a personal development program, or can you also just do it if you're looking for something fun or to meet people? What do you feel?
Well, that's a good question. I think it depends. It depends because sometimes it could be a challenge. I don't know. I remember in that moment when I was looking for another job, for me it was a challenge because at the same time was an opportunity to apply for a new field that I was looking for. I was trying to join a company to be part of human resources. But I know that the process of hiring people in companies, they take a lot of time. Well, at least here in Mexico, it happens that sometimes it could be from 1 month, and this is good if it's a month, or it could be 2 or 3 or 5 months. So it takes too much time. And at the end, I was thinking like I'm an adult, and the rent doesn't wait for me. So I have a lot of payments that I have to do. So, well, in that case, for example, I had to accept another kind of job that at the moment I didn't want to. And I said, okay, like maybe it's not where I want to be, but in this moment, it's the opportunity I have just like to have or to survive, let's say, right? But on the other hand, sometimes I think most of my decisions, they are made because of what I want, what I am looking for. And how my family and friends or the people who is around me will be benefited. And I think this is the most important thing that we have to think about. Like if you're doing what you're doing, or if you are trying to make a step, so do it, but because of you, because understand. I mean, we cannot judge them because they have their history, because they have their reasons, you know. And at the moment, sometimes we get upset, but this is something that we have to remember all the time. Like when the emotion is like very high, so our intelligence is lost. So we have just to take the things like with calm, like just keep calm and think about what you're looking. And if you're doing it, or if you're making that decision, it would be because of you. And as a consequence, all the people who are around you, your environment, like things, people, family, friends, etc., everything will be affected because of that decision you did. And it could be positive or it could be negative.
Yeah. And so how did it feel to take that step to do the program, and what did it create for you?
I was very, very happy because I remember a few years ago, I had a very good teacher in the faculty, and she used to motivate me all the time, like, you should do this, and you should try to go to these courses, etc. But most of the courses all the time, like, they are online, and you don't talk even to the instructor. You just watch the video, and that's all. So you watch the video, sometimes you reflect on your ideas, and then you have to hang in some tasks that you have to do. But there's no interaction. So during the program, that was something that I really appreciate, that you were hearing different kind of points of view. You were interacting to the people, even though that it was like online. The experience was amazing because you were interacting to people, like with people from around the world. So this is something that I really, really like. And another thing, I think in that moment, it was the excellent key for me, because I was focused. After being a panelist in UNESCO, I was very, very focused on what I wanted and what I was building for my personal life and my professional career. So then you open the program. So for me, it was like, okay, now I have here I can find the tools and the elements that I will need to build my path.
Yeah, it's so wonderful to hear that. And I would love to hear about what your favorite topics and takeaways were. And before hearing that, I just want to explain so everyone knows the program that we're talking about. So the program that you did, it's our life training program from Global Leaders. And it's a 5-week online program where every week you have a live session, like you said, together with other young people, where for 2.5 hours, you are gaining life skills, you are using life frameworks, and you're exchanging experiences with others. And the core topics that we talk about are decision making, our playing field, right? The environment that surrounds us and how do we deal with their influence. We talk about integrating intuition to make choices from a place that reflect yourself and what you want to create. And we talk about mindset. How do you look at the world and how can you shift your perspective to assist you in taking the steps in your life path that you want to take? And all of this is connected to this core idea of creating life by your own design, right? We see that young people already have, you're the expert of your own life. You have gone through your experiences. You've met people, you've built new tools. Why not exchange these? Why not build them further to empower yourself, to be more confident, and maybe just to work on the things that you still find difficult, right? Or challenges that you still have inside. Now, the program, it's online, and after the 5 weeks, you get the whole year membership on the platform to still keep interacting with young people. And it's really all over the world, right? Diana joined from Mexico, but we had participants from the Netherlands, from Nepal, from Israel, really everywhere. So all the information, of course, on the program is on the website, but now we're here to hear your experience because you joined our program. So what for you were the top 3 things that you loved about the program and that made it a unique experience for you?
Well, firstly, I would like to emphasize something that you said before, like for young people. I think I was talking about that with Christian, like about my age. Like I was quite doubting before paying, like, what about if I am too old now? Because I'm close to their age. And then he said, like, no worries about it. Oh, because he asked me before, like the girls that would be joining the program with the foundation, you know, he was asking me about their ages. And then I said, like, I was doubting myself, like, what about if I am very old? So, but that the thing is here that you're very young, and sometimes we spend a lot of time like just watching Netflix when you are in your 20s or when you are studying in the faculty, like you're a bachelor. So I think people must try to find a place for these kind of courses, because when we are young, I think we have more ideas that have to be listened by people. And it's a perfect age, even with kids. Like sometimes I ask to myself, like if adults we listen to teenagers or kids or young people who are just like around 20s, maybe our ideas, like when we are working or when we are in this work life, maybe everything will be different. So something that I really love in the program, that it was that I had these girls, like my colleagues. They were very young, they were studying, and they had very fascinating ideas. So that's a very important point that I really love. Exchanging ideas, like we have to listen people who are maybe older and younger than you, and then you can build your decision, you know, or your ideas. So this is something that I really love. Another 2 points that I really love, or the topics that I really love, firstly, I think intuition. That class for me was amazing, because differentiating like what's fear and what's intuition, it was something that I didn't reflect before. So for me, it was the best one. But based on that, I think it was wonderful because the previous topics were guiding me to be there. So I think maybe if that topic, if it would be like the first one, maybe I couldn't understand it, because the previous topics, they were guiding me, like you must understand this process before being here. So I think decision making for me was the best one, not because like it was like very challenging for me, honestly, like to be reflecting on yourself, because sometimes it's not easy, like to face your ideas, to face what you have to see about you, that what maybe you have to delete it, what you have to say it's not helping me anymore, these habits that I have. So
Yeah.
this decision making, I think it was really, really challenging for me because I was facing like these bad habits or these, yeah, let's say bad habits that I don't have to have, you know? So I think these are the main points that I really love about the program.
So nice. And was there something you learned from connecting with the other participants, something that you realized that you didn't know before?
Yeah, for example, this girl Dido and her friend, when I heard her idea about their business that they are building, for me was like amazing because they are very young, 20 something, like 22, 23, I don't remember very well, but really, really young. And they were building this business like very, very fast. And I said, like, I am trying to run my own business also since August. And sometimes I'm doubting about myself. Sometimes I having a fear because it's not some. I have a fear sometimes that it's stopping me. And I can say like I am 29 and maybe I have more experience in some topics in comparison with them. But for me, I was learning that part that they are very brave
Yeah.
and they are very, very young. So this is something that at least I took from my partners that they sometimes they are very young or they are in another kind of experience and they are transmitting me and motivating me through their actions.
Yeah. It's so true. And that's why it's so cool to exchange and just talk about the life questions you have or whatever's going on in your mind. Because nothing is weird, right? We all think about these type of questions. We all deal with these challenges, but having the space to express them and then actually dive into, okay, why do I find it difficult to make decisions, right? Like what is stopping me? What do I have inside? How do I overcome that in order to just empower myself and to go for that next step, right? Or to start that project or to quit your job or to move to a new country. Is that for you? Did you have experiences from your life that you were able to bring in to that on that level?
Yeah, I think so. I think I was talking about that with Leona when I had opportunity to move abroad, like with an internship. At the beginning, when I was accepted, I was very, very happy, like, oh my God, I got it. But when I was close to the time, like to leave the country, I was very nervous. Like, this is not possible. What about if I get sick? What about if I have some troubles? My parents wouldn't be like close to me, and then you start having a lot of ideas. But then you get in contact with the people that it's around you. I remember in that moment, we used to be 99 students, well, almost 100 students, leaving Mexico to be in United States for a while.
Mm-hmm.
And we had a WhatsApp. I think in the WhatsApp groups, it's when they were starting. So we had a WhatsApp group, and we were talking each other like, "Don't worry, everything we will be fine." We were helping each other to find the flight tickets. So the people inspires you through these actions, and they push you to just to do it, because sometimes you can stop. You can be stopped, like, and you can be in your comfort zone, like, why should I do it if I am okay in this level? So, and
Yeah.
sometimes if you don't take that step in that moment, the same the life will push you to do it.
Yeah.
And this is something that I really like to say, that when you are pushed by your own life to do something that you didn't want to do it in before, but you knew that you had to do it, sometimes it could
Yeah.
be hurtful because you
Yeah.
have to do it now because there's no other option. So sometimes
Yeah.
just we are postponing, we are just postponing what
Yeah.
we have to face in that moment, just because sometimes
Yeah.
we are, let's say that maybe we are not brave, but I don't like to say that, but maybe we don't have that courage in
The
that moment to
tools.
do it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Maybe the mindset, courage, tools, maybe someone to tell you you're not the only one. It's okay. Go for
Exactly.
it. You can have the tools for what happens, whatever outcomes you face, right? These are simple things, but sometimes they are just the thing that helps you make a decision or to move through whatever outcomes you're facing.
Exactly. Really, really basic things. Sometimes even I remember one friend told me like he was almost very and he was thinking about moving to another house and he said, but I don't want to move because I really love my bedroom. So very, very basic things like
Yeah,
they can stop you, you know, like this thing, like just I don't want to leave this room because in my
yeah,
comfort zone I'm okay in this moment. Okay.
yeah,
But sometimes if you listen carefully, if you open your mind, what people are saying to you is not because they are offending you, just they are sharing with you the experiences they have, and they may be helpful for you. Or if
yeah,
they are not helpful, just they are trying to help you. It's not that they are want to harm you. And another
yeah,
thing that we have to think is what we were discussing in the program also, like they are facing their own path, you know, they are facing their
mhm,
own challenges also. So they are just trying to say the best that they can say, not because they just wanna hurt you.
yeah. I know what you mean. You know, as I think it's an important point, as young people, we can be very busy. We have a lot of work, you know, socially, or we're meeting people, we're going out. Why did you feel it was important to take a moment to talk about these topics and to, you know, to dive with the program into decision making, into intuition, into playing field? What did it bring you that maybe you don't get when you're working and busy with life?
Well, I think it was because what I was experiencing in that moment. As I told you, I was looking for a new opportunity to work, but one person told me, a very close person to me, told me, I understand what you're facing, but if you don't know where you're going, you're not gonna do it. So I
Yeah,
think it was that part, knowing where I was going to. And
yeah,
it was very, very difficult. When I met Christian at first time, he asked me the same, well, where are you going to? And then I just started laughing. So that was not an answer. So, well, I think this is the key part, knowing where you're going to. And then you can start facing the challenges or
mm,
facing the limits you have to delete in your life. And I think it was that. Then in this topic about intuition, I realized where were my fears. Like, okay, this is an
yeah,
intuition that I have to listen and I have to be careful. Yeah, because it's part of my intuition that it's talking to me. But my fears were even could be family, you know, like maybe
yeah,
not leaving my family alone or not being far of my nephew or not leaving even my flat. I can say in this moment I am in my flat, but I could tell you that during the pandemic I paid all the year that I was not in the pandemic here and I paid the rent because I didn't want
yeah,
to lose my flat. I really love my flat. I really love the location. So talking
yeah,
again, like this is the comfort zone, right? But well, going back to the topic, like why it's because knowing where I was going to. And I
yeah,
think that if in that moment I wouldn't have know what I was going to, maybe the
yeah,
program could help me also to find where I was going to, because
yeah,
everything that you were doing in the program was personalized to you, like what you're looking for, what you. So this is something that I have to emphasize, like everything was
mhm,
talking to you. Again, in
yeah,
comparison with other programs that you just watch the video, and you is all the people who are watching the video in that moment. Well, in this case was different because it was direct to you. Like think about you, reflect on your ideas, reflect on your actions and what you are doing for you.
yeah. It's nice to hear you say that because that's also that's the point, right? It's your life, it's your creation. Let's talk about that. What do you want to create? What goes on in your head? What do you still find difficult? What is easy?
Hmm.
Exchange that. Share what you find easy also with someone else, right? If you find it very easy to start a new business, like share why you find that easy with someone who maybe has difficulty there, because you can learn a lot just from someone else's story and then
Exactly.
telling their experiences.
Exactly. This is the best thing that I really love, like hearing people's experiences. Because even sometimes we have these paradigms or these ideas, like maybe they are wrong. Like, oh,
Yeah.
in China the people are totally different, or in United Kingdom people are different. Now they are very happy.
Yeah.
They have problems. The problem is here in Mexico because of the government, and we are their word. So
Yeah.
these kind of ideas, just we have it in mind, and this is something that I love and something that people should consider also. Like when you are in these kind of programs, you hear these experiences and ideas of people from around the world, and then you can
Yeah.
realize that it's not true. They are having problems also, they are facing problems as well. Maybe you are first, second, third world, whatever, but problems are there all the time. It doesn't matter if you're in China or in Amsterdam, whatever. So you are
Yeah.
having problems, but it's important to listen to people's experiences, how they are facing it, because even
Yeah.
maybe it could help you to communicate to people. That we were talking about communication also, like how can you
Yeah.
communicate your ideas, that it's also very, very important. So this communication part, that it's a very important tool. Okay, how you do it, okay, because you as a
Yeah.
person, not because of your nation, because of you. For instance, sometimes maybe my tempered my bad temper doesn't help. So how can you help me to understand
Yeah.
me, or how you do when you communicate, and maybe another person that is more calm, or a person that can think in a different way, like can help you to transmit these ideas from a different perspective.
It's very true. How do you share first in a safe space, right? In the group, in the program where you start to get to know the people and everyone's talking about what they're going through and you're kind of anonymous, so you can just share whatever's on your mind. But it's kind of a practice to then do that when you're out in the real world, to do it maybe with your family, with your friends, in your work, or just every day, sharing your thoughts, sharing what you're feeling as to find solutions.
Exactly, exactly. Just to find solutions, because sometimes it's the same. Maybe you are a different generation, but at the end you have the same kind of ideas that they were
Yeah.
transmitted generation by generation from your family. So it's necessary to
Yeah.
listen to other people's idea. Like maybe it could be the same country, maybe it could be your friend, but the
Yeah.
perspective is different. At least you need another kind of perspective just to understand that there is another door to find a
Yeah.
solution.
Yeah, we talked a lot about this a lot in the playing field session when we talk about how the environment influences us, that to remember always that whoever you're interacting with also comes from their own playing field, right? Their own
Mhm.
story. And that's a very cool thing to realize, because you realize that people always they come from a place. They have a reason why they like something or they don't like something, or they have a reason why they have certain obstacles and you don't. And that's very, very cool, because we don't talk about that a lot. You definitely don't talk about that at work.
Exactly. And something that I would like to add in this point, then as you start being more open-minded, you stop judging. Because it happened to me, I don't know if I talked to you about that. Well, I have been living alone for around 10 years. And the last 2 years, I think, one of my aunts, she visited me because she had a problem, an emergency problems in a hospital in the city where I am in this moment. And the
Yeah.
hospital is very close to my house. So her daughter was hospitalized and there was not a room where my aunt could be. So I told her, you can be in my flat. I don't know why you don't tell me. Just come here. So she came here. We were having breakfast together. We were like, just when I was working, well, I was in my work, and then she was in the hospital. But then we were
Yeah.
meeting again and all this stuff. And then after 2 days, like being with me during that week, she confessed me, and she was honest. She was honest to me, and she told me, for a while I judged you because I imagined that you were living in a different way. You were living far from
Yeah.
family. You were living alone. A girl living alone, like for some countries, it's incredible, like how you will be living alone since you're 18 years old. And then so then my aunt confessed me, like, I don't know what was happening in my mind. I didn't know what you were living, and you're always doing this kind of stuff, or you're doing different kind of idea, different kind of things that I was expecting, or even that she didn't expect to.
Yeah.
And so, with this clear idea, or with this clear this history, I just want to emphasize this part. It's the same every single day. We are having these ideas in our head that we don't know if they are happening or if they are not until we face them, until we experience them, you know, or even if we talk to the person. It happened with relationships also. That's why many people with this experience or courses for relationships, they say, communicate your ideas and your feelings. Otherwise, you don't know what the person is doing. But then as a consequence, you stop judging. Now, I met this aunt like 3 weeks ago, more or less, or 1 month ago, and she told me another aunt of the family, she was laughing at me and she was making a joke like, oh, Diana is living alone, but she was like bothering me. And then the other aunt says, like, you don't know how Diana lives, so you should stop saying those things. Because then you can realize that people are having different experiences that you didn't expect before.
Yeah. It's a great story, and I think it's very true, but it's also very, very valuable to understand that and to experience that. And sometimes that happens, you know, when you invite someone to join your life, to look at your life, right? You can teach them that by just being yourself. And for me, that's what a big part of the program and also GYL, Global Young Leaders, is about. It's by you being yourself, you can teach so much. You can learn, of course, we're always learning, but you can also teach and share. And that's very cool to do because new opportunities can come from that, new skills. It opens new doors that you couldn't imagine before.
Exactly.
The experience. For you,
sorry.
now you finished the program. It was lagging a bit. Did you want to say something?
Yes, I can listen to you. Go ahead.
Now you walked through the program, right? The last session was in December and you completed the 5 weeks. What are you most excited about? What do you want to say about the program that you loved after you finished it and that you are taking with you in your everyday life?
Okay. Well, I think for people that are watching in this moment the video and the ones that maybe they can watch it later, it's a decision or it's a course that you should take, because everything is for you, you know, like the examples are you. All the examples that you will find in that moment for every single subject are for you. So this is what I most recommend, like this kind of personalized courses, because they can understand you and they can guide you, like they can mentor you. I think that's the word, mentor you, about what you're looking for. And this is something that I really appreciate about the program, about Global Young Leaders, because all people are very friendly. No one is judging anyone. At the end, sometimes you are facing a problem that maybe someone else has already faced it, or maybe no one has faced it, but you can be understood. Secondly, as we have already mentioned, the topics are very simple for everything, okay? I was talking to a friend about this a few days ago. Like sometimes we don't take a course because of these paradigms, like I don't have a degree, or I don't have a university level, or I'm not studying, whatever. That's not the point. The point is that it's these tools that you are going to find during the course are for you. If you are an entrepreneur, if you are a student, if you are just doing anything, whatever. So the tools are based on what you need. So everything in the course is just for you. No one is gonna judge you. You are gonna find a lot of people that they can be your friends, or at least you can learn from them and you can share with them from any part of the world. Like one of the colleagues that they were with me, like Barbara, that she was posting what she's doing here in Mexico also with her company. So I think it's a great platform. It's a great opportunity for 1 year, like to meet, to share. And what I have, I have a slogan, a personal slogan that I say is it's a place where you can lighten minds. So I think this is Global Young Leaders.
I think that's a perfect way to finish off our conversation. I know we could keep talking because we love talking about these topics. And I love hearing your story, and thank you for sharing your experiences, you know, even in this way, even with our viewers and people who can tune in, because that can enlighten someone's journey, or it can just show that, right, you're doing great how you are, and go through your experiences, right? Go through your decisions, go through your developments in your life, whether that's in work, whether it's personal relationships, whether with family, and be proud of yourself kind of in everything that you're already achieving. And let's talk about that and build tools and build our skills. Is there one to close off, last thing, or maybe skill or experience you would like to share with others, for maybe skill you learned in the program, or just something that you think is valuable to take with you on your life journey?
Remember, as I said before, remember that everything you do is because of you. Okay. That's why I have this slogan: we can lighten minds through our actions, through what we are doing. But to lighten those minds, or to lighten your path and the environment that it's around you positively, it will be because of your actions that are based on your decisions. So this is something that I will take with me all my life. Like, everything you do is because of you. Okay. And maybe it could be, maybe it sounds like kind of selfish, but if we think about it, it's not, because as I mentioned before, all around you will be benefited because of your actions based on your decisions.
Yeah. Well, great. And that's also what the program, what I want to share is that it's not really only a place to learn, right? You're not coming because you need to learn something new. You're coming because you want to do that. You want to create with other young people. You want to talk about themes that are important, like decision-making, intuition, mindset, and to empower yourself, to gain more confidence, to keep doing what you're already doing. And there's nothing nicer than that. It can just give you a boost, or it can give you support system, which we all sometimes want, and in the most positive way.
Yeah, exactly. I couldn't agree more. And another thing that I would like to add is, like, just to keep in mind that bad things are going to be in your life all the time. Okay. But this kind of course, this course that is going to help you to understand that, like, you're a human and problems are everywhere, like all the time. But it depends on how you're going to face them and how you're going to challenge yourself to learn more, as Rowena is saying, like learning from your own tools and how you are going to apply them. So this is the purpose. Like, yeah, for sure you're going to have problems, but the new you is going to face them in a different way.
Yeah, it's true. And to have the space to do that, you need to create space for yourself to work on that. If you don't create space, you can still arrive, but life is busy. And so to create a moment for yourself to kind of reflect, relax, can give you a lot.
Exactly. I couldn't agree more. Like, in this moment, I have seen, like, there are some students that they were connected during the live. And this is like a commitment that I have to myself. I work with people, like, all the time. Even though if I work for human resources or I work as a teacher, all the time I am in contact with people. So I think this is one of the purposes also of the program, like, to have these kind of, let's say, leaders or decision makers, like in other kind of fields around the world, like to transmit and to inspire other peoples with our own actions. This is another thing that we have to consider about the program. Like, you focus on transmitting and pushing these people, or pushing us to be a great example for different kind of people in different kind of fields. As I said, for example, if I'm working with kids, I know that my actions maybe they will be inspiring other people with kids or with teenagers or with adults, whatever. But thanks
Yeah.
to kind of programs or thanks to these kind of tools that you are going to find in the course.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much, Diana. And for everyone, to close off, Diana participated in our live training program, our 5-week online program, where you can build your own personalized solutions for the big life themes. And for the rest of the year, stay on the platform with live events, roundtables, content, and connecting with people like me, with people like Diana, about our life's questions, about our life path. And we're all unique, but let's come together and talk about our unique experiences and share what we go through. And our next live training program is starting, this is very important, on the 6th of March. So there is one more week to sign up if it is something that you would like to join. But we keep going, and Global Young Leaders is there for you. You can find all the information on our website through our link in bio, and you can always ask any questions to me, to the rest of the team, which are located all over the world, from East Coast US, West Coast US, all the way to India, Kenya, the Netherlands. We're everywhere, and we're going to keep putting out content and programs where we can connect with amazing young people like Diana. So thank you, Diana, for sharing your experiences, and I hope to see other people join our live training program next week, 6th of March, but otherwise to connect with GYL and join our programs and everything we organize.
Yeah, thank you very much for the invitation, guys. Again, Rowena, thank you very much for your time. I know it's Sunday, and well, thank you one more time for this invitation. For me, always it's amazing helping you in this kind of projects. So please do not hesitate to contact me or to invite me to more. And I think I will meet you again in the next roundtable. And the guys that are looking and are here in this moment watching, please, guys, do not hesitate. Just sign up. It's a great experience, and you're gonna love it. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Diana. It was so nice to have you in the program and to keep building on that. That's what Global Young Leaders is.
Thank you. Thank you very much. And I will
have a nice Sunday. Keep relaxing, and see you very soon.